If you have not seen the movie Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and you don't want to be spoiled, you shouldn't be here. But if you've seen it and you're ready to break this shit down, then Joe, give me that countdown, homie.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no! Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo! That's diabolical! Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Hadouken!
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in the nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello, welcome. That's right, you're trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us on tonight's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 spoiler discussion. If you have not seen the movie, you probably shouldn't be here unless you don't mind being spoiled. That being said, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, Syracuse, New York. And always among us, our moderator and trollhammer, stronger than the DK Banana Sama, Joe from Fall 1 Gaming. What is up?
Oh boy, ready to chop it up with this movie. This was a great movie. I know you said it was okay. It's starting to grow on me more and more as I think about it.
Yes. All right. So Joe, before we get started here, who do we got in the chat tonight?
Tonight we have Paul Tackett and Byron Kingsley.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Always nice to see you guys here. Always appreciate you guys' company. NerdCage Nation going strong today, as always. So yes, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Being well received, #1 in the box office, which is nice to see, and as expected. I mean, it really, the Batman was on its way out, and I know that the movie, what's that Sandra Bullock movie, Lost City, I didn't think that was going to reign very long, so here comes Sonic the Hedgehog 2. One of the things that makes this movie special, in particular, Jim Carrey retiring. We're gonna get into that. I think that's gonna be a huge topic in regards to this movie and the potential next movie. So Joe, go ahead. You're a little bit more optimistic than I am, so I'll let you go ahead and give your general thoughts of the movie. Don't give a rating yet. We'll save that for the end. But go ahead and give your general thoughts of the movie, your experience, and all that good stuff. Floor is yours, bud.
Well, before I give my review of it, let me just say that box office alone, this is the second time that a Sonic movie has beat out a comic book movie in theaters grossing numbers. Because I mean, it beat out Birds of Prey the first time, and now it's beaten out Morbius. So
yes, and it's interesting because now it looks like that it may lose this weekend to Harry Potter prequel, Fantastic Beasts.
Yep.
But we don't know. According to Joe Blow, by the way, for those who don't know, I work for Joe Blow. Outside NerdCage, outside NerdCage, I work for Joe Blow. And they released an article yesterday, I believe it was, and they're saying that as far as the box office for this weekend, Fantastic Beasts and Sonic are going to be neck and neck. There's no clear-cut winner there. So if Sonic somehow wins for the second week in a row, that'll be huge. But if it loses the Fantastic Beasts, that's fine, because I'm pretty sure this movie already made its profit. But yeah, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead and continue your thoughts.
Yeah, before I get into spoiler territory, I'm just gonna say Knuckles. Obviously, he stole the show with this. I mean, it was Idris Elba as Knuckles. First of all, I can't wait for the TV series on Paramount Plus. It's coming. And secondly, his performance in this was just great, as was Jim Carrey's. I don't know if it reached the level as the first one, but I mean, it was definitely a great performance either way. And I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, being a Sonic fan.
Yes.
Because of all the Easter eggs and everything that was in it. It was great. And I brought the kids. I saw it in 40X. So, yeah, it was awesome.
Excellent. Okay. So, prepare for for me to shit on your parade just a little bit here. All right, so I'll take the floor for a moment here. To me, the movie was okay. All right, I don't think it's a great movie by any stretch. I wouldn't even call it like a good movie or cinema or anything like that. It's enjoyable. I don't think the performances are very well. Joe kind of touched on it earlier. Jim Carrey. I feel like Jim Carrey's performance was way better in the first movie than this one. I feel like Jim Carrey kind of phoned it in this time. He obviously was a little bit less prominent in this one than he was in the first one, but I feel like Jim Carrey phoned it in just a little bit. That being said, underneath all the bad performances and some of the nitpicks I have, which I will definitely get into, I didn't talk about that on my out of the theater review, but the movie had a lot of stuff I actually loved about it. That's where the balance comes in. There's some stuff I loved about it. What I loved about the movie is that this one had more video game. This felt more like a video game movie. This had more of the Sonic lore in the movie, whereas the first one did not. I mean, yeah, it had some Easter eggs here and there, like Hilltop, Green Hills, and this and that. But this movie literally had storylines from the first 4 games. If you count Sonic and Knuckles as a separate game, the first 4 games. Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. What I'm saying is the Chaos Emeralds, the Master Emerald, Knuckles himself, the Death Egg, well, the Robotnik robot, whatever you want to call it, all that stuff that was in the movie was in there. So that's the plus. That's really the big plus for me. But as far as like the acting goes and some of the I really, really did not like the dance sequence there at all. It was really unnecessary. Like, I did not find it. I thought the bar scene in the first movie was great. That made me laugh. But in this one, where they're having that dance off, it was a little much for me. But here's one thing I do want to touch on. Joe and I, we did not see it together because Joe has, nieces and nephews and whatnot. I had tickets to the fan premiere. Joe chose not to go. But we both saw this movie in 4DX.
Yes.
So let me just say that the 4DX experience was awesome.
It was a nice balance this time.
Yeah, I feel that it enhanced the movie. I feel like 4DX enhanced the movie, and particularly where there's chase scenes, really. It wasn't too over the top. Like, I felt like going back to Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, the 4DX was way over the top. Like, the chairs would not stop vibrating. Like, I felt like I was going to shit my pants. This movie, it was just the right amount of, like, chair interaction, if that makes any sense. And it wasn't too over the top, and it was actually, quite awesome.
Yeah, I think the only 4DX thing that you might have been taken back from was the bubbles.
Yeah, so first and foremost, let's just explain what 4DX is for those who don't know, because I know it's not available in every market. In fact, Mark told me that they don't have 4DX in Kentucky. So 4DX, for those who don't know, it started off in Japan in around 2015, 2016, and eventually made its way to the States. Davis told me that down in Texas, Davis is from Dallas, Texas. So down in Dallas, which is a top 5 market, they had 4DX for a number of years now. He said the first movie he's seen in 4DX was Rampage, which I believe is 2017, something like that.
I think so.
So my first experience with 4DX was last year in 2020. So it took 3 years from 4DX to go from Dallas, Texas to Syracuse, New York, and let's just assume that New York City's had it as long as Dallas has. So the way 4DX works is every section of the movie is divided by 4. There's a section of 4 in every theater. So what happens is that the set of chairs that you sit in interact with the movie. So they vibrate with the scenes. So if there's a chase scene or car scene, you're going to feel the chairs tilt and tumble and vibrate. If there's like a scene where someone's getting punched or stabbed, you're going to feel the back of your chair. You're going to feel a poke in the back of your chair. If there's a water scene, you're going to get a splash of water in your face. If there's a fire scene, there's going to be fog machines that go off.
And the wind
effects. And if there's like an airborne scene, there's going to be like fans that go off, blow fans in your face. And here's the cool thing. There's also like an anti-gravity mode. So for example, when we saw the movie Moonfall, okay, worst movie ever, but at the same time, it's the best movie ever. We saw Moonfall. The anti-gravity scenes So the chairs would float with the movie, feeling like you were in outer space. So yeah, 4DX is definitely an experience. Again, it's not for everybody, but I personally love it. That being said, the 4DX experience was just the right amount of interaction, minus the bubbles. Okay, when they had that dance scene, there was a bunch of bubbles in the movie theater. It kind of threw me off just a little bit, but that's okay. Joe, anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all you got for 40X. It's basically a simulator like you would get at like a Universal or something like that. Yeah. So strap yourself in if you're going.
Absolutely. And again, it would be easy for me to dunk on this movie and pick the hell of it, which I'll probably will get into. But it's a kid. At the end of the day, it's a kid's movie. Okay, so it would be kind of unfair for me to like rip this movie an asshole, which I could easily do. And it's probably, and the reviews have been mixed. The critics' reviews is about half and half. They pretty much echoed everything that I said. But and the reason why I think it succeeded in the box office is because it's a family film. So when you got a family film, you're going to be bringing the whole family, family 4, family 5, family 6, whereas, a movie like The Batman isn't so family friendly. Even though Batman's a, big recognizable franchise IP and this and that. But I think the reason why Sonic did well is because of the family viewings. Like I said, I saw the movie solo, you brought your nieces and nephews. So, but yeah, real quick, Joe, how did your nieces and nephews and your brother feel about the movie and the 4DX experience?
Well, my niece and nephew gave it a 10 out of 10. They absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's right up there.
My brother gave it a 7.
That's fair.
He enjoyed it too. So
yeah. Like I said, there's something to enjoy about the movie, and the thing I want to touch on first. Let's just talk about fucking Knuckles. I remember before. I mean, we all knew Knuckles was going to be in this movie, and the whole rumors of the voice acting rumors were going around like crazy. I mean, we heard like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we heard Ryan Reynolds, we heard a bunch of them. Turned out to be Idris Elba. Now, before I say anything, obviously Idris Elba is British, and you're thinking, well, British Knuckles, is that gonna... Yes, it fucking did. I feel like it wasn't Idris Elba just being Idris Elba. Idris Elba, projected himself as a character, and his delivery, and his deep bass, and it really, it wasn't elegant. It was a really, he was a knucklehead. And I loved it. They kept true to the character that Knuckles, despite being one of the most powerful animals in the universe, he's dumb.
He's the brawn, not the brain.
Yes. Yeah. And Idris Elba he knew what he was doing, and he did it perfect. He was by far the best part of the movie. It's not even fucking close.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved his performance.
Agreed.
Just some of his deliveries and his lines. I really like this baseball, and
this ball of base. That's good.
Oh god, it was so goddamn funny. And here's the thing I appreciate too, and this is why I liked about the lore here, is that they, as in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Knuckles starts off as your enemy till he realizes that Robotnik is an asshole, and that's exactly what happened in this movie. And it didn't happen till the end. Knuckles was basically the main antagonist for the most part, more than Robotnik was.
Yeah, and what I really liked was the origin story with the rest of the Echidna.
Yes,
was awesome.
Yeah, so what Joe was saying is they tied it with the first movie, which was really cool. So like in the first movie where you saw Baby Sonic and the owl and all those echidnas there, it turns out that Knuckles wasn't among those echidnas, but his father was. Hence, Sonic and Knuckles being the same age. And what made them come together, it wasn't so much just Robotnik. It was that they had a common, they were basically both orphans. They both realized that
they both had the same loss, basically.
Yeah, at the same time. So that was really cool, and that was really cool. So I again, a great performance from Idris Elba. Knuckles is a character you can get behind. You know, I just love that, he broke that dude's hand and Robotnik's hand and this and that. You do see him use his flying ability. You do see him climb the walls. I like the fact that Sonic wasn't more powerful than him. If anything, Knuckles was more powerful. Sonic eventually bested him, but Knuckles was more powerful. And I liked how that was portrayed. I liked how, Sonic wasn't just like this overpowering, unstoppable force like he was in the first one. He actually had a rival that may not outwit him, but outmatched him.
Yeah, I mean, each character in this, which was great, each character had their own ability that made them special to each other and kind of made them work off of each other. You know what I mean? So that was kind of cool.
Anything you want to say about Knuckles before we move on to Tails, Miles Tails Prowler?
We can move on to Tails.
Okay, so here's the beauty thing about Tails. I want to point this. Matt Farden, the voice actor of NerdCage Live, pointed this out. A special moment if you think about it. This is the first time in anything mainstream where we didn't just have a celebrity voice a character. It was actually the voice, in this case, the voice actress, because it's a woman, Colleen. I don't know her last name, but Colleen. She's the original, not the original, but she's the one that voiced Tails. She's voiced Tails in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So she turned out to be the voice of Tails in this movie. So it's just nice that a voice actress an actual voice actress was the main character in the movie instead of a known actor, a known commodity.
Yeah, and she did a wonderful job. So.
Yeah. See, Byron Kingsley says Tom Holland should have been the best choice for Tails. I'm going to disagree. I understand Tom Holland's a draw, but just for the authenticity of the games, I'm happy that they stuck with the voice actress of Tails. I like how Tails was portrayed, personally. My only gripe, and it's not really this movie's fault, it's more so the first movie's fault. Sonic and Tails were raised together. If you watch in the original game, in the original lore, now listen, I don't know the comic books like Alexander the Swell does. By the way, he was supposed to be here tonight. But I don't know the current comics of Sonic. I just know the games, and I remember the cartoon from the 90s, which featured the awesome Jaleel White, a.k.a. Steve Urkel, as the voice of Sonic.
Yes.
In that cartoon, which I grew up watching, because, I'm 35, so when I was, that ripe age, I saw that cartoon when it aired. So, taking account for the cartoon and taking account for the games, I was always raised that Sonic and Tails were born next to each other and they were raised together as brothers. I really didn't like the fact that, and this is kind of the first, this is not really this movie's fault, it's more the first movie's fault, that Tails comes in from another dimension and saying, oh, I've been watching you, Sonic, from my home world and this and that. I didn't really like that, but there's not much I can do about it. However, what I did like, Tails was an inventor. He was the genius, he was the inventor, he flew the plane. He always had those gadgets. I love the fact that he had the gadgets. And the fact that the thing about Tails is he idolized Sonic, and they definitely portrayed that in this movie. And one moment I actually do like in the movie, despite the stupid dance scene, right after the stupid dance scene, again, I'm never going to let that go because it was really unnecessary. It didn't drive the movie forward at all. And I didn't find it amusing either. Sorry. The thing I loved, and it was quite an emotional scene, is when, Tails, fell asleep, and, and then his two tails, Sonic used as a blanket. It was a nice moment. I like the fact that that they were best friends, brothers, and so on and so forth, and that, Tails idolized him and, looked up to him, and that was really nice. I like the undertone there, lesson about friendship in the movie, and that was quite nice.
Yeah,
Joe, go ahead. Joe, go ahead.
That was great. And
what are your thoughts? What are your general thoughts on Tails, and what do you think of
I love the fact that he was an inventor. I also love the fact that there were other characters in the movie that got to use his gadgets, which were kind of awesome. Seeing each one that being used in the movie, that was great. Seeing Tails fly for the first time, that took me back. So, I mean, Tails is the loving spirit of the movie that you go to see. You know, that connection you want to have. That's Tails in this. So
absolutely,
it was great to see that.
Yes, not to mention he's, next to Luigi, he's like one of the best video game sidekicks of all time. Which that would be a good Mount Rushmore. Who are the video game sidekicks of Mount Rushmore?
Sidekick, yeah.
That'd be a good one. Yeah. Speaking of shameless plug, next Thursday, there'll be no live stream. But we're going to be premiering a special video at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Thursday, and that is the Mount Rushmore of video game characters. So what we're doing, what's cool about this video is that I've reached out to all corners of the internet, all friends of NerdCage Live from all corners of the internet. I'm talking content creators, like a plethora of content creators that we've worked with.
Yeah, this is a massive collaboration.
Yes, a massive collaboration, and everybody is going to be naming their Mount Rushmore, and at the very end, we're going to tally everything up, and we're going to make an official NerdCage Live and Friends Mount Rushmore video game characters at the very end of the video. So this will be really fun. You guys are really going to love some of the things, the hot takes from everybody's different opinion. What makes this video extra special is, yes, there are a lot of people did have some individual characters that they agreed on, but as far as a Mount Rushmore, every Mount Rushmore is different, and it's gonna be you guys are really gonna enjoy this video. So again, really hope everybody can be at the premiere, because we will be there, because I just love seeing everybody's reaction as the video unfolds. So the video will premiere at 9 o'clock next week. You're talking about a 40-minute video tops. I'm still working on it. It'll be about a 40-minute video, so I really hope you guys can be there at the premiere. And if this goes well, we'll have to consider doing more Mount Rushmores in the future.
Sure.
And let's just say that Sonic the Hedgehog does get mentioned quite a bit in this Mount Rushmore. I'll leave it at that. That's a given. And then the following Thursday is the NFL draft, so I'm choosing not do a live stream because I want to enjoy the draft this year. It's pretty exciting. I'm a New York Giants fan through and through, and I can't wait to see who they draft, especially the fact that they have 2 first-round picks within the top 10. And it's always nice to see these young men coming out of college who worked so hard their entire lives to make it into the NFL. It's really a joyous experience to watch. So that being said, there'll be no live stream on the 28th. I don't know what's going to go on in the month of May yet. I'm still plotting dates down. There will be a Doctor Strange spoiler discussion. I have a major guest coming in on the 12th, and we will be doing a live look back at the end of May for Rocky 3, as well as a watch party. So lots to look forward to. I just don't have anything solidified just yet for the month of May, but I promise the full details will be released soon. So there's your plug-in break. So let's talk about Dr. Robotnik and Jim Carrey's performance and what could be going on with Jim Carrey moving forward. So, Joe, go ahead, take it away. How'd you feel about Jim Carrey's portrayal on Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman?
All right. Well, he was pretty funny in this one. I think the biggest thing was the interaction between him and Knuckles was probably the best thing in this movie with that type of interaction. So him and Knuckles, they kind of are abrasive to each other in the beginning, and he's trying to control him. And, Knuckles is uncontrollable. So it's kind of give and take until they find out they have a mutual enemy. So that was kind of cool to see that unfold. And, the jokes with Jim Carrey, you're going to laugh. It's Jim Carrey. So, I mean, it's worth seeing for that alone. I know a lot of people that go into this movie just to see him. So, I mean, you're not going to be too disappointed with his performance because, I mean, Jim Carrey's Jim Carrey, no matter what.
Yeah, I just felt like he was more over the top in the first one, and it was kind of see him. I think it was more fun in the first movie to see him unravel from this respected, well-known scientist to essentially a madman. Now, the thing I do appreciate in this movie, though, is that Jim Carrey's Robotnik this time is more game accurate. So he's bald with the mustache and the goggles. They didn't make him fat though, which I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping they'd make him fat. But I understand why though, because he was stranded on that mushroom planet, so he probably didn't have much to eat. But I would have preferred seeing I would have preferred seeing Robotnik in a fat suit. You know, that's just me.
And it's funny you say that because Jim Carrey himself said he wanted to see that old look of Robotnik, but the studio went in a different direction. So that wasn't his choice.
Yeah. Now, if I have anything to bitch about, and this is definitely going into spoiler territory here, now it was really fucking awesome seeing the Death Egg, or, you know, the giant Robotnik robot. I'm just gonna call it the Death Egg because in my mind it's the Death Egg. That's what it was referred to in the old games. They don't call it the Death Egg. In fact, they don't even refer to anything. But one thing they definitely deviated from the games is in the original games, in particular Sonic 3, the Master Emerald, Dr. Robotnik wanted the Master Emerald to power his Death Egg and power his stuff. So in this movie, it was more so, well, this Master Emerald is comprised of the Chaos Emeralds, which is another thing I'm going to nitpick at. The Master Emerald gives you the ultimate power and grants you wishes and this, and that. So instead of the Master Emerald being used to power the Death Egg, it's used for him to build the Death Egg. I would have preferred that Robotnik built the Death Egg on that mushroom planet some way, somehow, and then he used and the Master Emerald would have been his missing piece. I would have preferred that, but instead the Master Emerald was used he became this all Matrix overlord basically, and then he takes all the metal scraps like Magneto and builds the Death Egg. Shout out to Pantera. That was fucking awesome hearing Pantera's walk when the Death Egg was first built and he started walking. That was fucking cool. I'm sure it went over everybody's fucking head though. But that's okay.
Yeah, so they at least kept one thing for the adults, you know?
Yeah, well, not just for the adults, but for the metalheads. So that was fucking cool. Respect. Even though they didn't hear the lyrics, but when you hear that Dimebag Daryl guitar riff, you fucking know. Yeah. You fucking know it's one of the most recognizable riffs in all of metal. But the Death Egg itself though looked fucking awesome.
Yeah. I agree.
I will say this though, Joe. I felt that the second half of the movie, in particular the final act, felt a little slow to me. A little bit. I felt the first half of the movie was definitely better pace, especially with the showdown between Sonic and Knuckles and all those, all that those chase scenes. I thought were more exciting in the beginning of the movie than in the third act.
Yeah.
But we do get Super Sonic.
Yes, we do.
I do have
that
one
was one
complaint.
of my favorite parts.
Okay, Joe, go ahead. You go first. Go ahead. Dish out Super Sonic.
In all the we can start with the fact that the Master Emerald breaks apart and the rest of the emeralds,
which I have a problem with. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll say my take after you're done.
Yeah, the rest of the emeralds kind of circle around and combine and go into Sonic, and Sonic becomes Super Sonic, which was everybody knew it was going to happen, but the way it happened was awesome. And to see him take down the Death Egg single-handedly, although in the way he did it was kind of odd physics-wise, but it was still a sight to behold.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. We all knew it was coming, and it was awesome when it happened. So I just want to nitpick something real quick in the ass real quick. So one of the problems I had with the movie, this is just like not the movie itself. This is just more game lore shit. When you play Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, okay, so what they said in this movie is that the Master Emerald itself was comprised of the Chaos Emeralds. I didn't like that. That's not how it was in the games. In the games, there were the Chaos Emeralds, then there were the Super Chaos Emeralds, and then there was the Master Emerald. And they were all kept at the Hidden Palace from Sonic and Knuckles, where Knuckles the Echidna, what his storyline in the game is he's a protector of the Chaos, or not just the Master Emerald. And it was Robotnik that convinced him that, Sonic was the enemy and this and that. But anyway, I didn't like the fact that the Chaos Emeralds were they were formed together to make the Master Emerald. That's not how it goes in the games. Just saying. But it's a nitpick. And then on top of that, when it breaks open and the Chaos Emeralds come out, and then they form, and then it becomes Sonic becomes Super Sonic, and then Knuckles forges the Master Emerald back together without the Chaos Emerald. So that shit made no sense.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't destroy the movie for me, but that was just an odd creative choice, in my opinion. The one thing I did like though, and it was kind of funny. Before I get to that, I do have a major nitpick. So one of my nitpicks, here I go. # Jay ruins everything. So when he becomes Super Sonic, okay, so there was a scene where right before he became Super Sonic, he was trying to protect his family. James Marsden's character and Tika Sumpter. By the way, she's so gorgeous. I just want to throw that out there. She looked damn good in her bridesmaid dress. Just saying, she is a 10. I'm in love with her. Anywho, so Robotnik's Death Egg steps on all three of them. But just as that happened, he becomes Super Sonic. Okay, so Super Sonic lifts up his foot. And he flies to the top. And he runs around in a circle, decapitating the head of the Death Egg. And then the head falls forward right in front of the Death Egg. So wouldn't that smush, James Marsden and Tika Sumpter? Just saying, explain something. They were sitting there the whole time. Did it
they
move
cheated
out of the
death
way?
a lot of times. Because, like I said, I had a physics issue too. Because right before that, when they had the little chase scene in the truck and everything, the truck goes end over end like this, and they just walk away from it. It's like that truck doesn't even have airbags. But I suspended my belief, and I'm all right with it, I guess.
I would have preferred it if maybe Sonic ran around the circle and then he held on to the Death Egg helmet and just threw it, or maybe he would burn it and shatter it or something using his powers.
Even if it fell in the other direction, something.
Or fall in the other direction. Maybe have it fall backwards. That's all.
Or show them running away. Anything like that.
But I will say that the Death Egg looked fucking awesome. I'm just gonna reiterate that.
Yeah.
It looked really fucking cool.
Yes,
it looked just like it did in the game. Less colorful, but it looked game.
But the same design for
It was just nice to see, because in the first movie we never really got any Robotniks. I mean, other than the flying car, we never really got to see any Robotniks machines from the game. This time we did. Not only that, we saw one of the machines from the game, but we saw the ultimate machine from the game, the Death Egg.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Go ahead.
If you want to switch subjects, we can talk about Easter eggs. There was a hell of a lot of them.
Yeah, Joe, go ahead. I'm sure you probably spotted more than I did, so go ahead, Joe.
The first ones I spotted were the level designs. Like Earth itself had Green Hill Zone, and then there was I can't remember if the Mushroom Planet was actually in the game or not.
No, it was. Remember, it was. Well, not in the game, but in Sonic and Knuckles on Angel Island, there's a section of the game called Mushroom Hill Zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got that, and then the temple there was Aquatic Ruins. That was the Aquatic Ruins Zone.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool to see. They also did the Easter eggs where when they lose breath and they they suck up the bubble to get it back.
Yes,
They
good
did
one.
that. The Mean Bean Machine for the
Yes,
coffee
yeah,
place.
coffee shop. Yep.
Yep, that was awesome. What else did they do? They did a hell of a lot. It's hard to keep track of all of them.
Also,
when
wait,
Sonic
real quick. Besides that bubble scene, the one thing I did like though is that Sonic can't swim.
Yeah.
Because in the game, Sonic doesn't swim. You just have to, platform your way out of the water.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there was one part where he actually gets knocked around and he loses his reins.
Yes.
Which was kind of cool throwback. So yeah, there's
some throwbacks.
Obviously the ringtone, that was in the trailer. The ringtone
At the wedding,
there. So,
yeah. Which, by the way, that whole wedding scene was funny.
Oh yeah, it was.
Honestly, I thought the wedding scene was funnier than Jim Carrey. If I'm gonna take it there. I just laughed because that the sister there was such a bitch to James Marsden, and then when she finds out,
and then she becomes she becomes a beast.
And then we find out that the husband turned out to be an undercover agent. Oh, by the way, Dr. Jones, welcome to the chat. He says there was an Army of Darkness reference, Klaatu Barada Nikto.
Yes.
Yeah, also the
that.
Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel joke was funny. Oh, by the way, we've never seen you here before, so please subscribe, all that good stuff if you haven't already. Appreciate you being here. Any other Easter eggs, Joe, you can think of?
Off the top of my head, besides the big one at the end,
we will get. Well, before we get to that,
I didn't want to get to that just yet.
Not yet. We will get to that fucking ending, okay? By the way, I was not surprised. Okay. Again, I can't think of any other Easter eggs. I think Joe pretty much nailed all of them.
I'll probably think of one when I don't need the information.
Hey, Shay Smithers.
Usually go. There he is.
That's okay, Shay. Shay Smithers is one of the wise men of NerdCage Live.
Yeah,
we'll see you tomorrow, Shay.
Tomorrow, I think, is what Shay's waiting for.
Now, on top of that, I'm sure he doesn't want to be. I don't know if he's seen Sonic yet, so he probably doesn't want to be spoiled. Anyway, here we go. So, before we get to that ending post-credit scene, well, mid-credit scene is what I want to call it. The fate of Dr. Robotnik we need to talk about, and here's why. I don't think Jim Carrey just said out of the bloom that, hey, I'm retiring. I think everybody at the studio knew. I'm sure that this was a long time brewing. Just keep in mind, Jim Carrey is in his 60s now. He's got more money than... he's got a lot of money. We'll leave it at that. I mean, Jim Carrey's been doing his thing. He's been doing stand-up comedy for 40 years, but he's been in major motion pictures ever since the Deadpool with Clint Eastwood. That's how long he's been doing fucking movies. And then in the 90s, he was a superstar. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, after what do you call that? What was that TV show? That variety show? In Living Color. After In Living Color, his career fucking took off with Dumb and Dumber, and at the same, he did Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, and The Mask. This all in the same
Cable Guy shortly after.
In the same fucking year, and Batman Forever. Jim Carrey was the biggest star in the world in the mid '90s.
He was a chameleon back then.
Yeah.
He could do anything.
So just think how much money he was getting paid back then. Okay, and he's been doing this shit over 30 years in 40 years in comedy, 30 years in movies. So I get it. He had to been burnt out at this point.
Yeah.
He's made it clear that he's retiring, although he said he's open to he said unless it's a very special project he'd come back, but he says he's retired. Keep in mind, we just saw Bruce Willis retire, who was around the same age, and so on and so forth. That being said, again, I'm just going to reiterate, I'm just going to presume that the studio knew. That being said, at the end of the movie, it's not clear if Dr. Robotnik's dead or alive. They just said that his body's missing. So you could imagine two things. One, his body was just obliterated by, the actions of Sonic. Or two, he somehow survived, and if for some reason he decides to come back, I don't think he'll be back for the third movie. But let's just say he decides to come back for a future film, the door is open for him to come back. But in my opinion, I think Jim Carrey's retired. I mean, I think he's retired. I don't think the next movie needs Jim Carrey's Robotnik. That being said, Joe, before we get on to the next part of the movie, thoughts on everything that I just said about Jim Carrey and the
I agree. He even came to say that basically he's always up to do a new character. That's what he likes to do, because there's so much demand for him to go back to old characters, Ace Ventura and The Mask and stuff like that. And he even came out and said that the reason he doesn't do that is because it's not received the same way the second time around, because when you're doing these characters, the first time you do them, you have it fresh in your mind. It's a brand new idea. You know how you want to approach it. If you're coming back around, you have to get back in that frame of mind. And this is like 20, 30 years later. So it's really hard to get back into that same frame of mind. And that's why usually these movies, when you try to revisit them, don't work. So he's basically played all he can play. And that's what he's basically getting at, is he really has nothing left new to do.
Okay. Very well said. That being said, this is the big spoiler here. So if you this is the last fucking warning, guys. If you've not seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2, this is probably the part of the stream that you should leave. If not, okay. So the reason why I just said that Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which if you want my opinion, this is gonna be a trilogy. I can't foresee them going past the third movie. Okay.
Yeah.
That being said, the third movie doesn't need Dr. Robotnik, because at the very end of the movie, in the post-credit scene, we learn that Shadow the Hedgehog is out there. They show, and they actually got it right. Shadow the Hedgehog was a creation in the laboratory. So that was revealed.
Yes, Byron, Project Shadow.
Yes. That being said, this is why I don't think we need Robotnik. I think Shadow is a big enough of a Sonic villain where we don't need Robotnik. I think a Sonic versus Shadow, or Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles versus Shadow would be more... Or, if they're going to take it there, Sonic, Tails, and Shadow versus... Or excuse me, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails versus Shadow, Rouge the Bat, and... Who's the other one that they teamed up with? Or even Silver. Or something.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing Amy either, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think you need Dr. Robotnik if you're going to bring in Shadow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The only thing disappointing to me with not having Robotnik is the one character I wanted to see that I didn't see was Metal Sonic.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see Metal Sonic. It would have made sense. Why they skipped him is beyond me.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, just throwing this out there, maybe before Robotnik died, he built a Metal Sonic or something, or maybe he built the Metal Sonic in that mushroom planet, or maybe they'll change the origins of Metal Sonic. Maybe Metal Sonic will be an invader.
True.
So I'm guessing. So Joe, do you want to see Metal Sonic in the next movie, or do you think Shadow should have the spotlight?
It depends. I mean, if you have, a 3-on-3 situation, then I could see like Metal Sonic being good for that. But if you're just basically focusing on Sonic versus Shadow, then it's not really needed. Maybe as, another post-credit scene, but that's about it. So it depends on how they go forward with it. Also,
with Knuckles getting his own spin-off, is Knuckles even going to be in the next movie?
Sorry.
I hope he is. I hope he is, because I feel like, okay, I'll say this: Sonic Adventure 2, in my opinion, until Sonic Mania came out, Sonic Adventure 2 to me was like the last good Sonic game. So I really enjoyed that game, and the main plot of that game, it's basically Sonic versus Shadow, basically. Shadow eventually becomes a good guy, because he's kind of a misunderstood character. But to start, Sonic and Shadow were rivals. I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing here. If they in fact do it, I'm pretty sure this movie they're going to do a third movie. So yeah, I think they're going to do Sonic versus Shadow. But I would like to see Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails team up against Shadow. Maybe throw in Rouge the Bat. And maybe Metal Sonic, but I really don't want to see Metal Sonic without Robotnik. But I think it's going to be basically Sonic versus Shadow. Like, it's going to be like the main plot. By the way, the entire theater like stood up and cheered when Shadow was revealed. And I'll just say this. I knew it. Like, I didn't see any spoilers or leaks. I just fucking knew it. Like, it made sense. Like, that, I feel like Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails are like the holy trinity of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I think the next big thing, the next big popular character is Shadow. I mean, Shadow, for Christ's sake, got his own fucking game, which was terrible, by the way. But I'm just saying, that's how big Shadow is that he got his own game. You know, he's a popular character among the Sonic fans. And this, and that.
Yeah.
Joe, go ahead. Go ahead. And get that.
What's that?
Go ahead and get that chat there.
Oh yeah, he does. Maybe they could do a Neo Metal Sonic with Eggman out of the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing they could do is they could with the cast with the Master Emerald, we could see Metal Sonic become Super Metal Sonic, which was one of the bosses.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever played Sonic and Knuckles. He's like one of the like final bosses if you play the Knuckles campaign. That'd be cool to see too. But but another thing too, I don't want them to cram too much in the third movie. If you want my honest opinion, I'd rather than do Metal Sonic in the Knuckles TV show and just leave Shadow to be the main antagonist in the third movie. And again, I think Shadow is the perfect Sonic villain if Jim Carrey, for whatever reason, doesn't come back.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right.
I agree.
Let's wrap this shit up here. So let's give our final rating, final closing thoughts, final rating, and then let's just promote all the stuff we got going on here. So Joe, closing thoughts and final rating of Sonic the Hedgehog. The floor is yours, buddy.
As I said before, I really enjoyed this movie. Being a Sonic fan, seeing all the Easter eggs, seeing Super Sonic, it was an all-around good movie for me, and you know, kids are gonna love it. So that being said, the kid in me wants to give it a 10, but the adult in me will settle for a 7.
Okay, well said. Me personally, again, longtime Sonic fan. Let me reiterate that. I'm an old school Sonic fan. So really, for me, 1991 Sonic the Hedgehog all the way to 2001's Sonic Adventure 2, and then after that, all those 3D Sonic games sucked terribly until Sonic Mania came out. Okay, I hated Sonic 06 and Shadow, Sonic Unleashed. I didn't like any of those. So I'm an old school Sonic guy. This movie captured old school Sonic very well. All that old school lore with the Chaos Emeralds, the Master Emerald, Knuckles was all in the movie, and that made me happy. And there were moments that made me laugh. For example, the wedding. The scene where Knuckles is like, "Stay back! He's not the Sonic you once knew. He's possessed." And then he performs a storm cloud and he makes a chili dog. I fucking laughed.
Yeah.
That was great.
He goes, "He's exactly the Sonic you knew."
Yes. There were moments in this movie that made me laugh, and there was moments of the movie that made my heart just gave me the feels, and it was cool seeing the old school lore. However, there's a lot of problems with the movie and a lot of like very subpar performances from the actors. Ben Schwartz was fine. I'm talking about the actual actors. Jim Carrey, I feel like could have done better. James Marsden and all them, everybody was just, it was just bad acting. All right. and it was very cringy. So I could dunk on this movie all day, but it's a kid's film. So that being said, I'm being fair as possible. 6.5 out of 10. This is a kid's movie, but as an adult, as JCG himself, I think 6.5 out of 10 is a fair rating. That's not bad, okay? You know, it's not like some of the other movies I've given out, ratings I've given out this year. So, yeah, and Dr. Jones said, like Dr. Jones just said, it's a fun movie. So,
Yeah.
and there, like I said, there were moments I just loved, and there were just moments I just cringed at. So that being said, I think 6.5 out of 10 is more than fair. So, Joe from Fall One Gaming, what do we got going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Jason here starts his first playthrough of Metal Gear Solid, and I will be right there to hold his hand.
Yes. And let me just say something real quick, that this is virgin territory for me. So, for everybody in the chat and to Joe, you know, be gentle with me, okay? Don't go too hard on me, and just, you know, make this a memorable moment, a special moment for me, as this is gonna be my first time ever playing Metal Gear Solid. So just throwing that out there, guys.
Does that mean you want to play on very easy?
No, but like don't
kidding.
go rough on me, you know, like
I know.
you know, make me feel special, make me feel wanted, okay? You know, this is my special night.
Gotcha.
And of course, Tuesday, we are going back to Gears of War 5.
Yes.
We're on the final act, so we should be wrapping up Gears of War 5, you know, soon. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing Metal Gear Solid and continuing Gears 5 with you guys on NerdCage Live Gaming. That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Exclusively going on Twitch. So again, let me just reiterate, there will be no stream next Thursday, but 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time will be the premiere of the Mount Rushmore, the video game characters of Mount Rushmore video will be premiering at 9 o'clock Thursday, April 21st. Soon as the video is done, I will upload it and have the link ready for you guys for the premiere. Hoping I can have the video uploaded by Tuesday. So I will post it on Twitter, I'll post it on the Facebook discussion group, and it will be on YouTube if you're subscribed, and just, you know, just have it bookmarked so you can be at the premiere. I love seeing everybody at the premiere. Good night, Byron. And yes, be at the premiere, because I love seeing you. I just like to see everyone's genuine reaction. And again, we got content creators from all over the internet, different people from different backgrounds, different content creators. Everybody we've worked with, a lot of people that we worked with in the past, some that we haven't worked with before, are in this video. And it's a really fascinating take hearing everybody's opinion. These are all die-hard gaming fans, old school and new school alike, giving their opinion of the Mount Rushmore as we collaborate together and we make our Mount Rushmore. So I really hope everybody can be there. It's a very special video to me, and I really, really, really hope you guys enjoy it as much as I am enjoying putting this together for you guys, all right?
Yeah, and I'm excited to see the chat's reactions, what they agree with, what they disagree with, what their Mount Rushmores end up being. So it should be a great time.
Absolutely. And then as far as May 5th, if I have the rest of the month booked up, we may take May 5th off as well. But Monday, May 9th will be the Doctor Strange spoiler discussion. And then we have a very special guest coming on May 12th. And then May 19th, I'm trying to get somebody else on. And then May 26th will be the Rocky 3 live look back. And then that Saturday, which I believe is the 28th, will be the Rocky 3 watch party. A lot of good stuff coming up here. Joe, anything you want to say before we go?
Just keep coming to that Facebook discussion group. We love everything you guys put up there.
Link is in the description. Also, please give us a follow on Twitter at nerd_cage, and follow us on TikTok, which is tiktok.com/@nerdcagelive. We just uploaded our rapid review of Everything Everywhere All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh. Great fucking movie, by the way. Something Mark and I actually agree on. Check out our rapid review as well as our rapid review of Star Trek Picard. And of course, Mark and Wildband doing the rapid reviews of Moon Knight. All that's over there on TikTok. Again, Joe just said the Facebook discussion group and all that good stuff. And of course, follow us on Twitch as we go live every Tuesday and Friday. And tomorrow we're going to be doing Metal Gear Solid. So that being said, we previews ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like the Chaos Emerald. So to you I say, from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, as always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, do your push-ups, and good night.
Good night.
Booyah.
Hadouken! NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match!
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
About
Yo, that's diabolical.
humanity.
Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.